Gamers, beavers, lurkers, grab your snacks. The underdog, the legend in his own mind. Jaybeazt, dropping memes and bringing heat. Jaybeazt, stream is starting, pull up a seat. Breaking news, trailers dropped. I react and maybe sound a bit shocked. New game hype, I got the tea. Call of Duty Battlefield, come watch me. Not a big shot, just starting out, but I'll hype your chat and hype my clout. My aim's kinda bad, my joke's kinda worse, but at least I never stream with rehearse. Jaybeazt, underdog with gamer streak. Jaybeazt, laughs, reacts, chaos you seek. Warning. Jaybeazt, you may mispronounce your favorite game. Please remain calm. Chat's alive, memes flying fast. I may fail, but it's always a blast. Subscriber hype, not just some friends, but the fun and chaos never ends. Reacting, chatting, sometimes I play, even if I die in the first 5 minutes. Hey, new game breakdown, I'll nerd out loud, making jokes, looking goofy, maybe proud. Jaybeazt, underdog, but bringing fire. Jaybeazt, love by beats, memes and satire. Who's in chat? Beast back. What's the game? Total snack. Level up? Maybe not yet, but we laugh, we hype, you won't forget. Achievements, sure, but I miss a lot. Glitches, bugs, rage quits I've caught, but while the pros are flexing loot, I'm here, underdog with style and cute. Streaming news, trailers, reactions too. Sometimes I even know what I'm doing, kinda true. Chat laughs, memes fly, and everyone's hyped. Welcome to Jaybeazt, the underdog is live tonight. Jaybeazt, underdog, chaotic streak. Jaybeazt, gaming news, laughs, you seek. Not a pro but never weak. Gosh, Jaybeazt may mispronounce your famous pronounce a game, or make you laugh uncontrollably. Stream starting now. The fifth out.
What's up, everybody? Hello. Welcome to the midweek stream, I suppose. Tuesday stream. I know you guys are probably having a very busy week, but since I haven't been doing a stream for a while now, I actually skipped my Saturday stream because I wasn't actually feeling quite well, so I decided to skip it. So sorry if anyone was waiting for that stream. I don't think anyone was, but sorry if that was the case. But we're back, baby. We do have a lot of Battlefield news to talk about today, which I'm very keen to get into. Very interesting news, so that will be fun to talk about. As always, Call of Duty stuff. There's a whole bunch of Call of Duties that I would like to get into. Have you guys bought the new Fallout Anniversary Edition? have you come across it? I have a lot of thoughts on the new Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition that Bethesda has released. So we will be talking about that too, which will be fun. Yeah, man. I've been grinding a lot of Battlefield over the past weekend because if you're playing Battlefield, you know we had a double XP weekend, which was quite fun. I literally had no life over the weekend. I've just been grinding Battlefield, and I think I'm up to like level 100, 117 or something, 113 or 14. I can't really remember, but yeah, just over 110, I think, which is as you can see, no life. I have no life whatsoever, so just been grinding Battlefield 6, which was quite fun with the lads too. So very good. But haven't actually played any Battlefield yet today, surprisingly. I normally do like to have a short session before the stream, but not yet today. But I'm gonna be playing it after the stream. So if you do want to tune in, I might actually stream a little bit of that after this as well. So if you want to tune in, go for it. please do join. Um, but yeah, lots of Battlefield and Call of Duty news as usual, and uh, yeah, and a few other little bitty things that I would like to talk about as well, which we will get into in a second. Um, what else is going on? What else is going on? Over the weekend I saw that Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed again. Well, isn't that fun? We all thought that it's not going to get delayed. I mean, we all thought it's gonna get delayed. That's not true. Uh, but we didn't think it'll be that much of a delay. So that actually took me by surprise a little bit because GTA 6 delay now. Yeah, it's now set to release in November 2026, which is at this point a whole ass year. We're waiting for a whole ass year now. And when they announced that it's gonna be May 2026, was it May? Yeah, it's gonna be May 2026. That was earlier this year, May. And I remember thinking exactly, oh my god, we're gonna have to wait a whole ass year now. And I'm literally getting deja vu thinking about that because now we in November and they delayed it to November. So that's another whole ass year now. So that's gonna be fun waiting for that game. I feel like yeah, we at this point we haven't even seen any gameplay really. We just seen two trailers of the game. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on in Rockstar anymore. They've had good 12 years to release this game since the last GTA release. I understand they worked on Red Dead Redemption 2, but I'm assuming they do have separate teams working on this too, to some degree until like the later phases. So obviously, like the earlier phases of the game, they would have a smaller team, but then as the game progresses in development, you get more hands on deck. But yeah, they've had a lot of time to work on this, but these delays are kind of getting insane, and they are happening because they know no matter how many amount of delays they propose, they can still get away with it. So they're not afraid to do it. I'm fine. Like I've said so many times before, uh, I would I would rather take a game that's delayed than a broken game at launch, because you know ultimately, if you rush a game and it launches broken, and you try to play the game and it's just not an enjoyable experience, those first impressions already gone, and you lose them. You lose sales, you lose the trust of people that buy your game, and then you lose your players. And then no matter how many times that you try to patch it, sometimes you can recover. There are exceptions to this, like Cyberpunk 2077 and No Man's Sky. Some exceptions, but it's not always the case, right? You do once you lose the trust and interest in the game, you may never really recover. And the expectations for GTA 6 is quite high, very high. So I reckon that is why they're taking their sweet time, making these delays and trying to make sure they release a game that is fully optimized for any device that it's on. Well, all primarily consoles. They're not even releasing this on PC yet. I reckon we're not gonna see that until probably 2027, end of 2027 at this point, maybe 2028. We're gonna be waiting a while until we see the PC version of the game coming out, which is gonna be a pain to wait for those people who only has a PC. That'll suck. Um, yeah, and I think also the recent layoffs that had happened within Rockstar, that's led to a lot of controversy up in UK, has probably also contributed to some of these the contributed to the delay as well. Probably there's a whole bunch of people that got laid off because of some issues regarding, as Rockstar says, they were leaking information in public forums and stuff like that. But then it it spiraled into this whole situation where all the people who got laid off apparently were in a union. So it then became a case about um, the Rockstar union busting uh, these members of the uh, members of the team. Yeah, and there was some protesting happening in UK branch of Rockstar. It's a whole messy situation right now. I'm not sure what's happened since then, but I assume that that is also part of the reason why these delays are happening. And we just gonna see the game when it's ready. But I would love to see at least they put out some more information about the game, because it's getting more and more frustrating to wait for people, which is the frustrations aside. I think we do, like, Rockstar needs to also do something to sort of trade off the fact that they delayed it again, and by giving at least a play. I'm not talking about just a small trailer like they dropped a couple of months ago, when they delayed it before in May. I'm saying just a little bit more than just vague clips of mix of gameplay and in-engine footage. We already seen that. We know it's impressive. I am saying we should see like a whole slice of the game where it's like maybe pure 10 minutes of gameplay, uncut. Or it could be cut. I don't even care at this point. Just give us some gameplay so we know what it looks like when you play it. That would be nice, and that would kind of ease off the pain of having to wait another year, I think. Especially for those hardcore players, right? Hardcore fans of the game. Because we've been waiting forever to see something. We just haven't seen anything sufficient yet, which is very annoying. Very annoying. I really do hope that they release something that would show off the game a little bit, because I did see some articles pop up online saying that apparently the game is content ready. It has been for quite some time, but yeah, I don't know what they're doing. They may be polishing up the gameplay, getting rid of the bugs, and or quality assurance testing, stuff like that. Maybe that's what's taking time. But yeah, it would be nice to see at least 5 minutes of the gameplay just showing, I don't know, the main characters just walking down the street or something. I would like to see that, because at this point we just haven't really seen something solid like that, rather than some possible snippets of the gameplay without the HUD or anything, just transition from a cutscene into a possible gameplay like that, stuff like that. So yeah, would be nice. So anyway, so yeah, hopefully they don't do another delay, because that really would suck. I think at this point, this is probably the last stroke for GTA to be able to delay it without people literally they're working on it. And like, I mean, GTA is on another level, so Rockstar works on another level, so they're willing to give them a pass about it, but there's so many times that you can say, hey, the game is delayed, before people just lose interest in the game, no matter how big it is. And yeah, but either way, even as I'm saying this, I realize no matter what, like, yeah, even if people do lose interest when the game comes out, people gonna buy it. People just gonna buy it. That's the reality. No matter how many times you make them wait, that's just how it is gonna be, right? So they know it. They know it. Rockstar knows it. Takes Two knows it too. So they're happy to do it. If it means that they're releasing a good game, unbroken game at launch that works really well and gives you the full experience without having to wait few more weeks or months for another patch, or experience the game buggy, and then once you're done with the game and you finish playing through the campaign, then you get a patch, that would suck, because that's what Ubisoft does, and I really bloody hate it. So I really hope that doesn't happen. It's not gonna happen if they're taking this long with it. If this means that they've released a full game with no issues, yeah, that's fine. Another year I would wait. probably not more at this point. Probably not more. um, so with this release, with the with the delay of Grand Theft Auto 6, now releasing in November 2026, it's pushed up from May, not pushed up, pushed further from May 2026 to now November 2026, which makes it a year wait. You We were expecting to see other games follow suit and, you know, at least make adjustments to their release dates. One of the games that was supposed to come out in the fall of 2026, fall for US, is Marvel's Wolverine. It was supposed to. They announced that it's going to release in fall 2026. Fall. So if for those people who are tuning in from over here in USA, fall in USA is between September 1st to November 30th. Okay, that's essentially our spring. Okay, for us Melburnians, it's spring 2026. For USA, it's fall 2026. So that's when Wolverine was announced to release. Now, they haven't specified a date though. They just said fall 2026. So it could be September or October, not necessarily November. Okay, it could be any of those. It could be in any of those months. They just haven't specified yet. So when GTA said they're going to release the game in November 2026 now, people were expecting to maybe games like Marvel's Wolverine to make some adjustments, but it looks like they're actually doubling down on that on their fall 2026 target, which is refreshing to be honest. But is it the right decision? I think the time will tell. But yeah, they just released this few days ago actually, after the announcements of Rockstar's um, Rockstar's delay announcement. They did put this out saying, "Don't miss a shred of information. Wishlist Marvel's Wolverine coming fall 2026." So they're doubling down on this. I reckon they probably have plans to have this released before GTA. Now that GTA is releasing in November, confirmed, it is not going to get pushed up. 100% not. They probably plan to release this in maybe early or mid September, or even early October, I would say. And that would make sense. That would really make sense, because if you're really wanting people to get their hands on Wolverine, which is probably going to be, let, let, I mean, let's be honest, even Spider-Man, it was a great game, but it was heavily narrative focused. You did have an open world that you could do stuff in, but open world activities were not a lot. Like, you could really platinum that game in a couple of weeks if you really focused on it. If you have a job, you could, maybe it'll take like a month, right? It'll yeah. If you just play a couple of hours every afternoon, every night, maybe, you could probably finish the whole game, including all the side activities, everything. Like, if you do want to do a platinum the game, you can probably do that in a month and a half. It wasn't that big. It wasn't a big game, even though it was open world. I'm assuming Wolverine's gonna probably have a similar approach. I'm not even sure how they're pulling off an open world with Wolverine. It's probably not an open world game. I don't know. They haven't specified it, have they? I don't know. Maybe I missed that information if they mentioned that anywhere. But as far as I know, based on the gameplay they have shown, Wolverine is literally jumping off from location to location. They mentioned like Hawaii. Did they mention Hawaii? Okay, somewhere off coast, U.S. and Madripoor at some point, which is like a fictional Asian city in Marvel universe. And so he's jumping from location to location, which doesn't really then allow to have an open world. That wouldn't make sense for an open world if he's always changing locations. So I'm assuming the game is probably going to be more like like open sandbox situations, like sandbox levels. So you'll have him dropped in like one location which is explorable to some extent, and you'll do like few missions in that location, and it'll have its own side activities, and then you'll move on to the next location, and you'll have a little bit of a sandbox element there where you do a few things there, including your main mission. And then once you move on from that to something, maybe back to a location that you had before with more side activities that are different from before, maybe a mix of that. That's what I'm hoping that it would be, or I'm assuming it would be. I could be wrong, but I'm speculating purely based on what I have seen in the gameplay trailer. But yeah, interesting. It's interesting. We don't know, but if but getting back to the point, if that is if it is going to be a game like that, um, like Uncharted 4, Thieves and did the same thing. You had little sandboxy levels like where you could do explore and do a little side activities here and there, small ones. This might be a little more fleshed out than that, I'm assuming, but it won't. It probably won't be full open world like Spider-Man was, I reckon. Then again, I could be totally wrong, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Um, yeah, if it is the case, I'm assuming the game can be completed in a span of a month or less, which is the case. If it is the case, releasing this couple of months before GTA is set to release would make total sense, because people will actually buy this to kill off time until they wait for GTA 6, which is kind of at the perfect time to release it, because people are like so close to getting GTA. They're getting very anxious and they're waiting, and then the waiting gets harder as you get closer to the release date for GTA, because GTA is a main event. And if you're those, hardcore gamer, if you're a hardcore gamer who really like impatient, most people will get impatient towards the end. This is the perfect game to buy and then like kill off some time, because it's a big IP. It's a well-known IP. It's a fun game, and it's from Insomniac. Uh, it is a console exclusive, which is perfect because people at this point who are waiting for GTA are people who has consoles, not PC owners. PC owners are not waiting for GTA, even though they love to get it right now. It's going to be a while away, so they have accepted that. But console owners who knows that GTA is coming to the console in a couple of months, they can buy this, especially on PS5. Just kill off some time. And all the 10 people who owns Xbox, they won't be able to play this. But yeah, if you're on PS5, this is a great time kill. So that would make sense. That would make total sense. Yeah, what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments or in the chat if you're tuning in. But yeah, that's interesting. I thought. I'm sure that other games would probably push off their dates if they're too close to GTA in November. That would make total sense. Even though Wolverine is sticking to the date, which, as I said, if it is going to be September, October, makes sense to keep the fall 2026 target. But for other games who were hoping to release in November 2026, probably gonna have to either release early, find a way to release early, or push their dates until maybe early next year to ride off the um, GTA wave, and let the water settle a little bit before they drop their game, because otherwise it's gonna get totally overshadowed by GTA's release, and you just can't win with that. You just won't. So it is that overhyped. Does it deserve it at this point? Hard to say with all the delays happening, but I guess we'll find out. Anyway, um, also wanted to talk about Battlefield 6. Man, Battlefield 6 has a game update coming. So I thought I'll talk about that a little because they literally just tweeted this. When did they tweet this? They tweeted this today, actually. They tweeted it this morning at 6 a.m. So I only saw it when I was checking Twitter just a few hours ago, and I saw that they've dropped patch notes for the upcoming game update, Battlefield Battlefield 6 patch 1.1.1.5. Jeez, I don't know how to say this. Yeah, so this is the latest patch that's coming, and they've released all the patch notes. It's live update on, yeah, quality of life update on 11th of November. Oh, they already rolled it out, assuming. I'm not sure what this timing translate to, but yeah, maybe they have already rolled it out. I'm not sure. I haven't played it yet. Hang on, let me check. What does 9 UTC mean? It's 8 p.m. today. Oh, okay. So it's past 8. So they have just rolled it out. They have just rolled it out. So maybe we'll drop into Battlefield after the stream and see what they have done. So major updates. They have done refinements to vehicle countermeasure reliability, weapon accuracy, battle royale match flow, and overall gameplay stability. Okay. Fix an exploit of allowing players to ascend and access unintended areas when standing on XFGM 60 recon drone by hitting it with a sledgehammer. They finally fixed that. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this has been an issue. This is how people get around to like all these like weird rooftops that where you shouldn't be. Use the recon drone and hit it with a sledgehammer. It bounces you off. Um, yeah, I'm glad they fixed that finally. Fixed an issue where lock guided missiles did not get countered as expected when met with enemy countermeasures such as flares. Fixed an issue where vehicles did not spawn correctly in Breakthrough and Conquest. Yeah. Fixed multiple battle royale issues affecting match flows, squad revives, and end of round transitions. Addressed progression, audio, and UI issues, improving overall clarity, reliability, and immersion. That's good. That's very good. I personally haven't encountered any audio issues, but that's good. Change log player fixed an issue where dispersion would be higher than intended when going from sprint to firing ADS, aim down sight. Fixed an issue where dispersion would incorrectly scale with movement speed and always assume the player is moving at maximum movement speed for the stance. Yep. Tuned landing animation to reduce excessive camera and weapon movement when aiming down sights, improving visual stability during and after landing. This update also resolved instances where the ADS aim could be displaced when sliding. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Vehicles fixed an issue where lock guided missiles did not get counted. Yeah, that's we already in that gadget. Fixed an exploit allowing play to ascend. Yeah, okay. This is what we just talked about. Maps and modes. Fixed an issue. Yeah, matches sometimes start with sectors and objectives active at the same time. Fixed an issue is strike point and siege of Cairo where destruction did not reset at halftime. Interesting. AI and HUD. Fixed an issue in vehicle customization. Locked anti-air missile presets did not display their unlock criteria as intended. Progression. Okay, I'm interested in that. Fixed an issue where the shotgun weapon challenge, kill 5 enemies with the shotgun without reloading, did not complete properly. I had an issue with this. I'm glad that is fixed. Awesome. Fixed an issue where progress for the Engineer Specialist 3 assignment did not save correctly. Okay. Portal. Fixed an issue where spawn loot, don't really use portal. Fixed an issue where players with community regions privilege set to block. Okay. Audio. Fixed an issue where activating the BF Pro radio channel through the Comoros did not play any sound. Okay. All right. Okay, so After this point, they're talking about the red sec issues. I'm not sure if you're interested in this part, but here for red sec, they fixed issues where battle royale matches did not end after the last team was eliminated. Fixed an issue where being killed immediately after a mobile respawn completed could result in a squad being eliminated instead of reviving remaining teammates. That is a big issue. Fixed an issue where players could become stuck in a top-down view of the map after redeploying. Yeah, those seems to be a little bit more buggy than Battlefield 6, but they have fixed this already. That's good. Cool. All right. So it is a quality of life update. It's not like a huge improvement or anything, but very cool. I still would like them. Speaking of quality of life updates, I really would like if they had fixed the UI where you could just access your battle pass tiers and like your whole battle pass progression as well as your loadouts, which is very annoying right now because when you're in between games, you just can't see those loadouts and your battle pass. I really think it would be a nice quality of life updates because it's kind of a basic expectation to have at this point in gaming, especially competitive shooter games like this. So yeah, I find it very annoying because if you want to check out the progression of your battle pass, you have to quit. Uh, so once you finish the game, you have to quit before you go into the next match, and then going back into the menu and then check your battle pass. Same with loadouts. You can do loadout checking once you load into the next game. While it's loading, you can do that. Um, but then while you're in the game, you can't do it either. You can't like actually check your loadout while you're in the game, which is fine. But majorly, I find it annoying that you just can't pick, like, look at your loadout and like make the changes necessary while you're waiting for the next game to load, which sometimes can take a while because it's while you're waiting for players to like join in for the next serve and while you're waiting, if they just gave us access to battle pass and the loadouts, that'll make it easy to kill time while you wait in between matches. But right now you just sit in front of the screen just waiting until people join and the match starts. Sometimes it gets filled with bot if you're late night over here in Melbourne, if you're playing on AU servers. um, yeah, you're just waiting there looking at challenger screen, just looking at what you completed and what you haven't. But it would be nice to just be able to play with your loadout screen while you're waiting. It is such a simple basic thing. I just don't know why they haven't thought about it, but I hope they add it soon. I don't think it's that much of a big fix. Can't be, right? I don't know. I don't know anything about gaming development, so it might be a big fix. I don't know, but it would be nice to have. It would be nice to have. All right. So that's Battlefield patches. Speaking of Battlefield patches, there's been some data mining happening. I think. Um, I'm not sure. I saw this game. I saw this article on Insider Gaming today, and they have put it out. Put it out yesterday by Tom Henderson. Tom Henderson usually has good stuff to report when it comes to these stuff. So I normally check out what he has to say. And yeah, so he's saying 9 new game modes are in development for Battlefield 6's post-launch content. And Insider Gaming has found that at least 9 new game modes for Battlefield 6 are at various stages of development for Battlefield 6's post-launch content. Last month, we revealed that 6 game modes were in development for Battlefield 6. Since the release of the game's first season, more have been added to the game's files. 2 of the game modes that we previously reported on, Sabotage and Strike Point, have already been confirmed to be coming to the game, which leaves Raid, Payload, Squad Shootout, and Tank Hunt remaining for the original 6. Yeah, so yet within the game files, Insider Gaming has also discovered 5 new game modes which are labeled as prototypes and are seemingly very early in development. These game modes are Convoy, Fantastic Four, Gunmaster, Touchdown, and Tug of War. The strings of the files are as follows. Yeah, so these are the strings in the code that they have found. It looks like these could be some of the might be seasonal, so they might have these available for like specific seasonal times. Could be one or two of these game modes coming during festive seasons like Christmas. Not sure. No, I'm purely speculating here. If they're trying to go down, uh, try to drum up some hype around the game during festive times, introducing some fun, light game modes for people to play during festive times would be the way to go. It would really be cool. Fantastic Four and Tug of War really feels like, um, or even Touchdown. They feel like there might be some fun or funny game modes that are kind of festive. Not sure. I'm purely speculating, like I said before, but that would be fun to have these some game modes coming up for during festive times. But yeah, not sure. These just or it could just be like what they're working on to introduce in their next season update. Not sure. But it is cool that they have new game modes coming. But let's face it, Battlefield 6. If you're the kind of person who playing it daily, you just play most of the time. You will be playing Conquest or Escalation or Rush. Um, Other game modes, I even tried playing the other game modes. I just don't find enough people. I most of the time end up with bots filled lobbies because just people just don't play it enough unless you just happen to join during like the peak times, especially like US peak times, which don't really align well with US Australian times. Really, like you'll have to be playing it in the middle of the day, in the middle of the night, to be getting playing it between during peak times. But then you'll have to also play it on US servers. So yeah, if you do that with like really 200 high ping or something, then you might get a chance. But otherwise, yeah, not a lot of people use the other game modes. Like I tried playing team deathmatch a couple of days ago. I got one or two matches with like full lobby, but then it just became like bots filled. I tried to rejoin and then I kept getting bots filled. Maybe I just caught a chance where people were playing it, but then just went off. It's weird. It's weird. Well, but Conquest and Escalation and Rush, pretty going pretty good, going pretty well. Uh, yeah. It further says while some of these game modes may just be internal code names, Gunmaster in particular is almost certainly a gun game, like game mode where the player's weapon change per kill. Yeah, that would make sense. If you, for those who has no idea what they're talking about, gun game is a mode that's available in Call of Duty. They literally spawn with a random gun, and each time you get a kill, the gun changes into something completely random. And it happens uh, to a certain number of times before you win. So I think in gun game it's 21 times or something. So once you reach 21 kills, each kill with a different gun that spawn on you. Uh, if you manage to go through all the guns and have managed to get 21 kills successfully, you're the winner. Whoever managed to do it first is the winner. And then the second and third is chosen based on how many guns they've managed to go through and managed to get a kill with each gun. Sometimes it's the melee because you sometimes end up with a knife or like a melee weapon, and then you have to get a kill that way. And if you do get meleeed by another player, you go back a gun. So like that's the premise, and then you have to like catch up by going through whatever the gun that you were using before and then getting that kill again, so and so. There are some hardcore players I have encountered in gun game in Call of Duty people literally just try when you get to the point where you have a knife on your hand, literally go trying to like go around stabbing, and it becomes chaotic. It becomes chaotic, but yeah, I mean you can only get one kill, then you automatically have your gun change to the next one. But yeah, imagine doing that, and then it's like trying to knife each other, and then you keep putting the other player down, and then you're just stuck in the same thing. It can get sometimes chaotic when you're like playing with that kind of sweaty people. But it could be a fun little game. It'd be a fun game. Yeah, like it says here, the player has to cycle through 20 different weapons and needs to knife and kill an enemy for the final kill in order to be victorious. There you go. Final kill has to be the knife. Yeah, so that's why it gets chaotic. So once you get to the final weapon, which is the knife, and you trying to like literally just melee each other, and then that becomes chaotic. Tug of war likely refers to a breakthrough-esque game mode, possibly where players need to capture flags to progress through the map. If a flag is captured, the next flag will push the enemy team back, but can be retaken to continue the tug of war victory. That makes perfect sense. That sounds like something that would be really fun to play in. Never know until we get a full release of the game, but yeah, it sounds very cool. It sounds very cool. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Let me know what you guys think about these game modes. Mm, okay, so I'm just gonna quickly talk about uh, this whole situation with Fallout 4 before I move on to the other stuff, because it's been really bugging me. It's been really, really bugging me. Okay, okay. Before I say anything, I just want to look at this whole situation. What the hell am I talking about? Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition has released. Okay. Um, let's look at the trailer for this, because why the hell not? Okay, so couple of months ago they released this trailer for uh, for anniversary edition that they released them for Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is a game that's been out for almost a decade, or if not more, actually. So they're releasing this anniversary edition in, 10. I guess it's the 10-year anniversary. And then yeah, so they're re-releasing the game that's already 10 years old. But this is the release reveal trailer that they did.
Remember, the vault doors are sealed for your safety. Do not attempt to reach the surface. The surface is unsafe.
Fallout 4. Yeah. Yeah, cool. I mean, this is cool.
Wasn't the world I
But
wanted,
10 years old.
It was the one I found myself in.
We need someone who can bring the whole Commonwealth together in a
I
common
was in
cause.
high school.
And I think you've got it in you to be that leader. What do you say?
Yeah. So,
So I know you're from a vault. How would you describe your
anyway, I'll put
time
this down a little
as
bit. But this is essentially a re-release of a game that is quite old, over a decade old. And when you release a game that's this old, you expect it to be, even if it's not a remaster or a remake, if it's a re-release, normally devs would just throw in a bone for players who've been playing it and been fans of the game the whole time. Maybe some free content, because it's an anniversary. They're celebrating the game's release, right? So in this game, it says they're getting all these different DLCs and plus 150 plus creations. So creations is that these is the name that they use for micro DLCs, which is like paid mods. Paid mods are still made by people who play the game, not Bethesda, but they're charging you for it. But that's included in this anniversary edition. Yeah. Anyway, so you're getting all the DLCs plus 150 paid mods.
Let's go, pal.
That's the yeah, includes base game plus the 6 official expansions, over 150 creation club items. Outfit yourself with unique weapons, power armor, Pip-Boy paint jobs, and more. So that's what you're getting. These paid mods are basically stuff that's been uh, created by the users of the game, players of the game, and included in the game, in it. The issue isn't this. Okay? So if you go to their website right now, you have um, the anniversary edition available right now. And yeah, you got the, like I said, you get the 150 creation bundle items, 6 official expansion base game. That's good. And if you go to buy now, if you can, takes you to Steam page. Okay, view page, and this is the Steam page. I'll post this. This is the Steam page, and if you go here, because this released in 2015, it is over 10 years old now. So you can buy it for $24.99. The game, the base game, as it is, you can buy it for $24.95, $25 Australian dollars. And then you have the Game of the Year edition, which includes 7 items: Fallout 4 Automatron, Wasteland Workshop, Fallout 4 Far Harbor, Fallout 4 Contraptions Workshop, Fallout 4 Vault-Tec Workshop, and Fallout 4 Nuclear World. Okay, so these are those expansions. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the whole 6 expansions that's been available for Fallout 4, you can buy all of that for $60 Australian dollars. Now you have the anniversary edition, include 9 items, which are, oh, sorry, go back again. Oh my god, it started. Well then, don't know what just happened there. Error. I just made a boo-boo. Okay. Let's go back here. I think it just did confuse itself. All right, so yeah, if you go to anniversary edition, you have all of the 6 expansion packs, Fallout 4 Season Pass, Fallout 4 Vault-Tec Workshop, and does it say the? It doesn't say. Yeah, Fallout 4 Creations bundle. Yeah, so that's what's included in that, right? $89.95. That is the issue. For $89.95, you get the same game that released 10 years ago with no improvements to it. It's the exact same game that was released. It comes with the same bugs that you always had with it. Nothing has been done to improve it. I've seen players on the internet, on YouTube, trying the anniversary bundle. I didn't buy it. I really didn't buy it because I'm not gonna buy it. Obviously not. I don't even have Fallout 4 installed because I don't want to play it now because I played it a long time ago, but it is available on my Game Pass. I still have access to that, so I can play it. But yeah, I haven't installed it, so I can't show you guys. Sorry, but I wasn't gonna buy it. But the damn thing is $89.95 just to buy a game that's 10 years old. Comes with 6 expansions, which you can buy all of for still $60. And if you're on Game Pass, you can actually get this Game of the Edition. You get the Fallout 4 base game for free with Game Pass. You get the Anniversary Edition for, yeah, again, $60 here as well. No discounts there. But yeah, Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition here, you get it for, wait for it, $89.95. So there's no discounts on the Xbox platform. It's the same as Steam. But yeah, having to fork out $89-$90 for a game that's 10 years old with no improvements whatsoever is crazy. I saw people trying this on PC and still having a lot of issues with it. There's been a whole bunch of threads that I've seen online, people talking about how the game is crashing every now and then when they're trying to play it, and it's going into black screens and you have to restart your whole computer for it to get it to work. The creation screen is not working. It's yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. So this is company greed at its finest. It's company greed at its finest, and I just can't remember in recent memory anyone who pulled off something like that other than Ubisoft. But even that wasn't bad. Do you remember when Ubisoft tried to sell like a $10 or $12 horse skin on Assassin's Creed, and that was a controversial thing. Uh, but that's exactly what they're trying to do here. But Ubisoft at least work on their issues with the game, and they release patches and they actually fix those issues pretty fairly quickly, even though they release buggy games. But you can't even say that anymore about Ubisoft, because their last game that they released, which was Assassin's Creed Shadows, was actually very good at launch. It didn't have any major bugs, maybe tiny bugs. It graphically looked insane, and it played really well on any platform, on PC, on consoles, no issues whatsoever. The game, it might not be as good, but performance wise, it was phenomenally good. And they have toned down the whole, stuff, skins and cosmetics. But even then, those skins and cosmetics that you're talking about is literally stuff that they work on and they have available on the store as just cosmetics that you can optionally buy. It doesn't break the game. It doesn't affect the gameplay. If you just wanna spend money to have some fun skins in the game, you can do so. You're not forced to do any of it. So that's that. Here you got creations, as they call it, which are paid mods created by users, like user generated content essentially, which they are charging you to access, and they're probably keeping a cut of that. Some of them probably goes back to those users, but still, it's not even content that they made, and they're asking you to pay $89, $90 on top of that. Yeah, it's crazy. It's very crazy that you just have to do that. It doesn't make sense. I mean, this is like pure greed at its finest. That's what I had to say. And it's so bad, because if you just go to like Steam right here, if you go down here, you can see Fallout 4 Creations bundle, that's just released. So this is the new part. If you go to that page, especially, all reviews mostly negative. Yeah, and if you own the game already, you can just buy the Creations bundle for $30, which is still a lot. Which is still a lot, because all you're doing is paying $30 to access paid mods. That's all it is. You're celebrating a decade of Fallout 4 with just no improvement to the game, just by adding user-generated content featuring unique weapons and armor sets. Yeah, but it's still, you didn't make this stuff. You're just charging for it. Yeah, it is very interesting. And to make a point, if you go to Steam right now, and how much? Phantom Liberty. Okay, this is a DLC. That's 44. This this game I have talked to you about before. This is a DLC for Cyberpunk, which you can buy for 44.95 right now. Okay, that's at full price. This sometimes does go on sale, which you can then buy for about $30 sometimes. Okay, this this is a downloadable content for the base game Cyberpunk 2027, which itself can be actually classified as its own game because it's not very short either. It's actually a pretty long game with its own story, which can almost be like a spin-off for Cyberpunk 2027, which is actually what it is. It's in the same vein as Blood and Wine DLC for Witcher 3, which was Blood and Wine. Blood and Wine was Witcher 3. This is the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine. Yeah. So, which you can buy for $30 too. Okay. And what was the other one? As $12. Blood and Wine. So, this soundtrack. Okay. So, Blood and Wine soundtrack you can buy for $30 at full price right now, which again in the same vein as pretty much Phantom Liberty in itself. It literally had a completely new map area. Same with Phantom Liberty, completely new map area, which is quite large. As you can see, all of this is included in Blood and Wine, which is a completely separate area, which is explorable, has its own side quests and missions, and a pretty large chunk of the game. It's a pretty large chunk. It's very good. It's well worth your money. Even today, if you pay full price for this, it's very much worth it. It's very much worth it. I literally didn't play Blood and Wine when it came out because I was broke. I didn't have money. But then this actually went on sale on PlayStation a few years back, and then I finally played Blood and Wine. I got it on sale for like $5. It was on sale for $5 and I got it, and it was a huge bargain. I would have still, after I played it, I realized I would have actually bought it at $30. That's how good it was. Phantom Liberty though, I actually paid the full price and played it literally when it dropped, and it's worth this price. It's worth this price, and this actually does go on sale now quite often, even though it's not on sale right now. On PlayStation, I have seen Phantom Liberty for literally like $15 or $20 or something like that. Well worth it. Whereas you got Fallout 4 Creation Bundle selling at $30 for a 10-year-old game. This game is older than Cyberpunk, almost as old as Witcher, right? When did Witcher 3 come? 3 came. Release date. Witcher 3 released on 2015. Okay, so May 2015. So Fallout 4 is just almost as old as Witcher 3. So yeah, man. I mean, this was a chance for Bethesda to earn some goodwill for from the players, because they literally haven't released anything anything good in a while. This was a chance for them to throw us a bone, give us some free content, and call it a day. But no, what do they decide? They decide, okay, it's the 10-year anniversary of Fallout 4, which is one of the best games they have released. So use that to milk the IP a little bit more and rip off people a little bit more. So that's what they did. So they're asking you to fork out $89.95 Australian dollars, which is about, I think, 40 or $50 in US, for a game that's old, that's still buggy, that hasn't been updated, but you still get 6 expansion passes that released like, I don't know, 10 years ago, and 150 mods that made by users of the game, not even the company. All of that for the low price of $89.95. So, yeah, if you're just buying the bundle, still $30. It's crazy. It's crazy. And this is the kind of stuff that just doesn't really sit well with people. And I just think Fallout IP deserves a little better than this. They could have at least made an effort to, if they weren't going to improve the game or do any sort of like quality of life improvements to the game or anything like that, which they haven't done. They really haven't done. Do you guys remember the whole situation with VATS, the in-game like the specific targeting system? Do you know the iconic targeting system where you can like aim at like specific parts of the enemy and then like shoot, which is a core mechanic of the game, but it was broken like a couple of years ago, and they took like a whole year or something before they fixed it. Not weeks, not months, like a whole year before they fixed it. This is the Bethesda of today, opposed to when this game was released. When this game was released, Bethesda was good, but now Bethesda is a shell of what it used to be, because they do things like this. They're still trying to milk 10-year-old games from people, hoping that they will fork out this money instead of giving something sufficient. Even Starfield sucked ass, and they haven't released anything new. Skyrim feels like not Skyrim. Elder Scrolls 6 seems like a while away. Fallout 5, I don't know if it's even happening. Maybe not in my lifetime. I don't know. So yeah, it's Bethesda has become the most overrated, most laziest AAA company in the world, in my opinion, which really sucks for gamers. Really, it really does. And I really hope that they, I don't know, change. But that's just me being optimistic. But yeah, it's a shitty situation to be in. This Fallout really does what they chose to do for the 10-year anniversary of the game. If they had just done, maybe like some small adjustments or even just a couple of free content drops for the game, just that would have been enough instead of releasing this whole anniversary edition. Even if they did release it, they should have just they should have done some free content drops maybe for the players who already own the game. That would have been cool. That would have softened the blow of this stupid marketing cash grab. Would have actually softened the blow, but they didn't. To my knowledge, they haven't done that. So very, very interesting, and very shitty. Anyway, what do you think about this whole situation? Because not the kind of situation that I would imagine anyone would enjoy. But yeah, what do you think about the whole anniversary edition of Fallout 4? Have you played the game? Have you forked out $90 for the game and just to access those creation paid mods? Let me know in the comments. Moving on, I didn't want to ramble too much on that. I just wanted to like show you guys, but I don't want to ramble on too much about Fallout 4. But what else is going on here? What else? Oh yeah. Okay, so we got some Intel drops happening. Just wanted to talk to you about that because I think that was really cool. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about Call of Duty. Call of Duty has dropped a tweet. Oh, okay. What's this? Hang on. Give me a second. I just saw a Battlefield bulletin come through my phone, so I just check it out. It says, do not use the gold standard skin for main battle tanks, Leo A4 and M1 A2. There's currently an issue which is causing a massive unintentional weak spot from the entire front, around 70% damage without armor upgrade and 64% damage with armor upgrade versus one single RPG. The Chimera skin for the M1A2 is also having a massive weak spot from head or front with the radar plates. Interesting. Is that intended? I don't know. But yeah, if you're a tank guy, check the Battlefield Bulletin on Twitter or X. I keep calling it Twitter because it's just easier to call it that than X. Anyway, go to that and check that out. I'm not really sure what that's about. But apparently, there are some issues with the stats involved in some of the tanks in Battlefield 6. Not major game-breaking bugs or anything, but I'm sure they'll fix it soon. It's only merely been weeks. Anyway, moving on. Call of Duty has dropped this tweet on today, I reckon. Endgame unlocks as the epilogue of the Black Ops 7 co-op campaign. Get the intel from Raven Software and Treyarch. Endgame isn't just a conclusion to the campaign. It's a new experience. Secrets await in Avalon. Massive space with POIs you might recognize. Choose your abilities, increase your combat rating, and take on more challenging zones. Escape to keep your progress and live another day. So, here it is. It says, for the first time ever, campaign concludes with Endgame, an entirely new and shared experience where the narrative continues to unfold for you and your friends in Black Ops 7. Get in the intel in our new dev talk. 32-player PvE epilogue to campaign. 32-player PvE epilogue to campaign. So, if you have no idea what I'm talking about here, essentially they have revealed earlier this year that they are going to have a co-op campaign. The campaign is no longer single player. It'll be co-op, especially the last mission of the game, the end game, is going to be a massive 32-player epilogue. I'm not going to comment on this because I think people are pretty divisive about the topic. Some people love it, some people hate it. I kind of hate it because I always loved a good single player campaign, even though they are short show pieces. They've only worked as short show pieces for the multiplayer, but I always loved a good single player Call of Duty campaign. But they have strayed far from that route this time, and they're going for a co-op campaign, which is an interesting choice. Obviously, not everyone's gonna love it, but this is what we got here now. So they're giving more details about that end game, the last mission that includes a whole bunch of players, which, as they say here, is 32-player PvE epilogue campaign. Discover intel through Avalon, new looks at the Avalon map, POIs from Black Ops history, point of interest, expansive skill tracks, power and combat rating explains new gameplay details. So this is what they have released. The dev talk.
Endgame isn't just the conclusion of the story, it's the start of a new chapter. Once you've completed the story, Avalon opens up, gives you the freedom to explore, take on challenges at your own pace, but the city is tough.
So Avalon is this massive space, and we want you and your friends to continue to come back here and achieve different goals. So we wanted to continue the campaign in a replayable way.
You can play in-game solo or in squads of up to 4, and then you'll drop into instances of Avalon with up to 32 players.
Once you've unlocked Endgame, you can bring friends in with you, even if they haven't unlocked it yet, by being the party leader.
You can play as one of the main heroes from the campaign, or you can select a new operator and level them up with skills and abilities as you work towards your end goal.
We have intel to discover and some secrets even to uncover inside Avalon.
There are 4 zones of difficulty, and uncovering deeper mysteries will test how strong your operator is. Endgame is about discovery, progression, and carving out your own path in Avalon.
This map is really special. The team's been working on it for a really long time. They've designed it to be a cohesive space, but it is absolutely massive. So we have tons of POIs from previous games, tons for multiplayer. We have maps from Black Ops 2, Black Ops 4, and Black Ops 6. You might even find a little piece of Hazard from Black Ops 1. Some of them you'll experience just as they were, in slightly new ways, and then some of them served as inspiration for totally new spaces.
So what is a match from start to finish in Endgame? It all starts with picking abilities. This is the moment you're going to decide how you want to play.
One of my favorite abilities is Shadow Break, and it's kind of this area of effect clear. If you have like a bunch of enemies that are shooting at you, you can kind of combo that with like a grapple hook and like close the distance, and then immediately use this, and it will warp all of the enemies out of the area and send them into the sky and killing them all.
You'll drop in through the wingsuit and go anywhere within Avalon that you've been experiencing throughout different parts of the campaign.
As you're flying in with either solo or with your squad over Avalon, we start to propagate points of interest all around you. So that specifically you can just ping and go. No need for a tac map. You can see what it is that's around you that you might want to go, and that's shared with your squad. So once you've decided where you want to go, you land, boots on the ground, and the gameplay really starts to kick off. Fights, any kind of combat encounter, activities, assignments, all of these start to translate into building power. That power is registered through your combat rating.
Every time you increase that combat rating, you're presented with a simple choice of, would I like this skill or this skill? And those skills are really kind of defining your roles and your play styles that you prefer as a player. You're kind of crafting this curated operator that you really love to play. In Endgame, the ultimate goal is to get to Zone 4, and combat rating and the power journey is building towards that. So as you're playing, you're leveling up your combat rating, you're hitting these kind of core milestones at certain levels, so at combat rating 5, 10,
so many
etc.,
words are
where
flying
you're
across
increasing
my
your
brain.
health, your armor, your movement speed, and most essentially, your damage.
The first thing you're going to go after is combat rating 10. That is your very first damage upgrade. What that means is you're now ready to push into harder zones.
And then once you reach level 60 of your combat rating, you've maxed out yourself as a soldier. And so you've actually fully filled out 3 skill tracks and kind of really defined what this operator is in its final form.
Endgame has 4 escalating zones of difficulty, which means more toxin, more enemies, harder challenges, and better rewards.
As soon as you progressed your operator and completed what you wanted to, you go to an exfil location, you need to hold out, you need to clear the exfil and let a VSOL drop, and then finally exit the map.
Because if you don't make it out, that progress doesn't come with you, and the only thing you take is the experience you learned.
As long as you escape alive, you're gonna keep your combat rating, you're gonna keep all the weapons and equipment you have, so you can come into the next match and continue exactly where you left off.
And for the first time ever for campaign, we have a full camo track, daily challenges, weekly challenges that can be earned both through campaign and endgame.
Oh, hey, what's up? Oh, which gaming console or gaming laptop am I on? I am on PC mostly. Don't have a gaming laptop actually. I have a rig that I built from scratch. So I have a custom built PC and a PS5. Don't have an Xbox. That's what I use mostly. Yeah. Welcome to the stream. Continuing.
Endgame is something that the team's really excited about. This is evolving the campaign experience, and we can't wait for you all to get your hands on it when Black Ops 7 goes live.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so essentially what the Endgame is it's a little open world that you can drop in with your mates to complete certain missions. It's an extraction shooter game, essentially. That's what it is. Okay. Interesting choice. They basically, it's like Helldivers 2 extraction shooter type of thing, where you just dropped into the map, you do a certain mission, and then you exfil to take your progress with you. Otherwise, you lose everything. It's interesting choice to keep people engaged, but I don't know whether this is something people have asked for. That's my concern. Oh, PlayStation? Yeah, 100%. You can find all my links in my channel. If you go to my link tree, it's just Jaybeazt. If you just search up Jaybeazt, you can add me there. Yeah, and if you wanna play Battlefield with me, bro, just add me on the EA account because all my mates are some of them are on PS5, but I play on PC, so we can linked up through EA account that way and play together. So yeah, but yeah, so yeah, it's interesting choice for Call of Duty to go this way for Black Ops 7, essentially turning the whole campaign into an extraction exfil shooter. I don't really have a. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. I don't know whether this is something people wanted. I personally don't want it, to be honest. So it is going to be just. I mean, we've already have a lot of extraction shooters. Do we need another one from Call of Duty? Probably not. And we already have Warzone kicking off very successfully, I think. I know we like to give a lot of shit for Warzone, but a lot of people still play that game. Essentially turning the campaign portion of the game into another extraction shooter and a full co-op campaign for all of it too. Not sure whether that's gonna take, because I have a lot of people that I have talked to. There are two types of people who love to play the multiplayer game and they play it on pretty much annually. Whenever the new Call of Duty comes, they automatically buy it. It's a routine, like I've said before in a previous stream. But there are also a certain number of people who really do love the campaign and enjoy it for what it is. And some of them don't even bother playing the multiplayer because they just like the campaign. I know it's weird to say, but this portion of people who play the campaign used to be so much bigger back in the day. People did love a good Call of Duty campaign. They used to have like big set pieces, big action pieces. It was great. Or now they turned that into another online co-op campaign, which is pretty weird. And they mashed together all the classic maps into one big open world area where you can just go and then grind out, just basically grind, and you never really end it. I mean, it's brilliant. It increases the replayability, but that's what you have multiplayer for. So I'm not sure what they're trying to do. It's very interesting. I have one PlayStation 3 80 GB backwards compatibility upgrade to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 Slim. Emulator is already downloaded it. Oh, okay, cool. Good for you, man. Good for you. Very cool. Yeah. So Call of Duty, man. I'm not sure what they're doing these days. Oh, speaking of Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 and Warzone, I saw this pop up on Twitter today. I thought that was hilarious. Do you, I've quoted this guy a few times before, Charlie Intel. He's pretty much got good intel when it comes to Call of Duty stuff. Actually, sometimes Battlefield too. He posted this today. PS5 players, once the new Call of Duty app update is done, the game requires you to reinstall Black Ops 6 and Warzone packs to continue playing those modes. The Call of Duty app now is set up for Black Ops 7, regardless of if you intend to buy it or not. Yeah, that is interesting. So essentially, the Call of Duty HQ app, which I find very annoying and very storage unfriendly, takes up a lot of space unnecessarily. Updated itself and it forcing you to reinstall whole of Black Ops 6, Warzone, and multiplayer if you want to keep playing Black Ops 6, which I think is interesting. What is the reason behind this? I can't tell. But if the recent rumors are true about how small the Black Ops 7 file's gonna be, this might be they might be like doing some core changes to the HQ app. That's probably why they've you're getting forced to re-download the whole thing. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's very interesting that they've gone down this path, right? Okay. Dude, I have no idea what you want about at this. You completely lost me, bro. um, but yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, they have completely lost the plot here, which I don't know what they're doing. But Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is supposed to be just 23 gigs, including multiplayer and the campaign, which is insane because they've had so big files previously. They did patch Black Ops 6 and reduce the file. It turns out they did know how to compress audio files so it doesn't take up a lot of space. And I'm assuming they're now going to do the same thing for Black Ops 7, hence the smaller space, which is probably why they did a huge update to Call of Duty HQ app. Now, hopefully taking less space, but it's not giving me. They haven't shared a lot of information here, but even in this screenshot, it's just says if you see the Black Ops Warzone, it's only 8 gigabytes. Multiplayer pack not showing how big it is. BO6 shared content pack 8 gigabytes. But if you go to like their comments, they're still saying literally came home from work, turned on PS5 and 112 gigs of update. Even had to uninstall a game. So looks like this is still taking up a lot of space. Call of Duty HQ app is still 100 gigs. Warzone is 8 gigs. Yeah, that tracks. Yeah, I don't know. Still, the HQ app still seems to be taking a lot of space. I just don't understand why. Essentially Call of Duty HQ app is a launcher for Call of Duty games. Why does it need to be 100 gigabytes? I have no clue. It's like a whole ass. It says it's the space of like 2-3 games just for a launcher. Makes no sense. They still haven't optimized that. The game itself, the Black Ops 7, if it's only going to be 23 gigabytes, it makes no sense. The launcher is 94. Anyway, yeah, that's where I'm going to draw a line. That's it. That's literally it. Just wanted to talk about that stuff today. Oh yeah, before we wrap up, I just have one final thing that I would like to bring to attention because you guys know that I loved Mafia games. When it dropped, I played the newest Mafia game, Mafia the Whole Country, and I loved it. And I put out a review as well if you guys want to go check it out. It was I spent a lot of time putting that together. It was fantastic. And in that review, it was not even a review, it was more like a critique of the game. In that critique, what I said was Mafia the Whole Country is a smaller game compared to what they have made before, the Hangar 13 have made before. However, a lot was riding on Mafia the Whole Country, even though it was a smaller game in terms of scale. A lot was riding for them because Mafia 3 really sucked when it at launch, even though they did a lot of things to sort of make it better. It was a matter of, you know, a little bit too late, you know. So they couldn't quite recover that game, even with all the updates that they did later on. So a lot was riding, a lot of expectations were on Mafia the Whole Country to do well. Because otherwise, if this didn't do well, Take-Two probably would have axed Hangar 13. It was kind of their last stroke. So it makes me very happy to say that Shinobi 602 is one of the people who put out some intel about games on Twitter. I follow him. He has said Mafia the Whole Country beat internal expectations, proves there's a market for narrative games done well, says Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick. And it is based on this article, which I will show you guys right now, if I can. Ooh. Do you like my wallpaper. All right, here it is. So Grand Theft Auto. When do we say the debut? What is this the? No, is this the right one? That's not it. Oh wait, it should be in here. Where did he say here? Title. Yeah, so here at the end it says the other big game of the quarter was Mafia: The Old Country, which beat the firm's internal expectations, and Zelnick says proves there's a market for narrative games done well. What we suspected was confirmed, he said, which is just if you give consumers a great narrative experience that's a lot of fun, somewhat contained, and at a fair price, then you can have the perfect results. Okay, I have said this from time to time that like if gamers don't ask for a lot, like if all they ask is not for a perfect game, they just want a good game sold at a good price that matches the value that you're playing for. And Mafia: The Old Country was just that. It wasn't priced at full value. It wasn't a huge game, but it's not even like a medium game. Like it was actually quite short. But for that short campaign length, it actually achieved a lot of stuff. It was good. It was done really well. It had barely had any bugs. It performed well. The story was great. It was actually a very enjoyable time, and it actually matched the value and the expectations that was set for the game. And that's what people want. That's what people want. And I'm really happy to say that Take Two is no stranger to open, not even just open, like narrative driven games doing well, because they make GTA, right? So they know how important these games are, the narrative focused games, story games. It's not always about multiplayer online games like most of the other gaming companies think. So I'm glad that these big business heads do realize the importance of smaller gaming experiences like this, and how well they do get received if it's done right. So not every game has to be big massive piece. Like he said, if you give a great narrative experience that's a lot of fun at a fair price, people will still buy it, and still people will still praise it. So that's a good little news that I wanted to tell you guys, which makes me happy, because that means we're definitely gonna get another Mafia game, which is what we weren't sure about before. But now I feel like Take Two is gonna definitely greenlight another Mafia game, which is fantastic. I would love another Mafia game, Mafia 4. That would be great. I want to tell you one thing, and I want to tell you that you log in from a different. Cool, bro. Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you. Keep it up. Whatever you do. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm glad that you do what you do. Kudos. Anyway, so that's the little news that I wanted to also talk about, which is fantastic. And yeah, well, let me know what you guys think, what you think. I'm gonna wrap up today because I'm gonna jump on Battlefield 6. I think I haven't actually heard from the boys today. I thought that I would, but everyone's kind of quiet today, but that's all right. I'm gonna jump on Battlefield and grind some of it, but also working on. I said that I'll be dropping that a video that I talked to you about last week, where I'm working on a video showing off indie game. I'm still in the process of editing it. In the weekend, I didn't feel that good, so I didn't do much of editing. I'm working on it. I'm hoping to drop it this week, 100%. So I'm still working on it. So sorry for the delay. It's coming. But in the meantime, I might actually wrap this one up and then drop into Battlefield 6 tonight. So I'll see you on that separate stream. So if I decide to stream it, I don't know. let's see if the boys come and then we squad up today. I might stream it. If it's just me, I might just give it a skip. But otherwise, I'll see you again on Thursday. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Atif, for tuning in, bro. Really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys on Thursday, and yeah, until then, have a good night and enjoy the rest of the week. If I don't see you again until the weekend, but yeah, I'll see you then. Bye bye.
Alright, time to power it up. The underdog's logging off. Baby! Thanks for hanging out for laughs, memes, and gaming clout. Even if I tripped, lost, or failed, you stuck around and that prevailed. We checked trailers, spilled the tea, mispronounced a game or three. Call of Duty fails, oh that's me, but the chat laughed along, pure victory. Grab your snacks, hydrate up, don't fall asleep. I'll be back soon with news to peep. The underdog may stumble, trip, or rage, but you're the legends who fill my stage. Grab your snacks, hydrate up, don't fall asleep. I'll be back soon with news to peep. The underdog may stumble, trip, or rage, but you're the legends who fill my stage. Announcing chat, Jaybeazt is officially signing off. He may try to explain the plot of a game he hasn't played, argue with NPCs about story choices, or get stuck in the tutorial forever. And if someone says something wild in chat, he might go, "Oh mate, don't say that!" Thanks for surviving the chaos, laughing at my fails, and pretending my Call of Duty aim is fine. Catch you next time, same underdog energy, less chaos, maybe. But thanks for surviving the chaos, laughing at my fails, and pretending my Call of Duty aim is fine. Catch you next time, same underdog energy, less chaos, maybe.